and welcome back to Dean's Talk. You join me today at the Eurotunnel for the first proper road trip really in the GT4. If you saw my video from a couple months ago, went to the Nürburgring, which is kind of more of like a track day sort of trip. This is a proper road trip. We are going through France, through the Pyrenees, into Spain, back up, finishing at the F1 in Belgium. So we're going to Spa. That's my first time going to F1 race, but yeah, we're just gonna film the journey, join us along for the ride. The first stop will be Le Mans. We're gonna go and check out Le Mans, and there's like a cool chateau around there and that, but that's our kind of first stop. And then we're staying about an hour outside of Le Mans for the night before we head down to Biarritz. But I'll kind of share the route more as we go along. But yeah, we're joined by some nice cars. You can't really see them, but there's a Ferrari 296 over there. We've got a McLaren Artura, Ferrari Portofino, and a Spider as well. So you always see nice stuff at the Eurotunnel. But yeah, we better get on the train, and I'll see you at the next stop. Right, so we're just heading on to the Eurotunnel now, and this one is one of the single deck carriages. If you look down there, so very tall and very wide. Now the good thing is basically if you have a car that is tall, wide or low, then when you put your registration, when you book it, it will automatically put you on a single carriage. Because when I got this car, I thought I don't want to go on the normal Eurotunnels because I've done it before, and any other car I've had previously, it's put me on the normal ones, but it recognises it through the registration, so it is quite good. This car isn't actually that wide. The GT4 is a small car. It's definitely not tall. The problem is it's so low, and that's why it recognises that sort of vehicle. It would probably struggle to get on the double-decker carriages. But yeah, it's been a really smooth experience. It always is with the Eurotunnel, but we got through passport control and check-in and all that stuff super quick. Yeah, so it's only about 35 minutes. We've never done the Eurotunnel before. It's about a 35-minute train into France, so it's pretty quick and easy. And then yeah, we'll hit the auto routes and start heading to Le Mans. So, arriving at the first toll, going through France, and I bought this thing called Bip and Go. Well, there's many different versions of it. I didn't want to stick it on the windscreen because it leaves really sticky stuff. I just didn't, my OCD, I just couldn't do it. So we're going to test out the rolling thing. I think I have to put it out the window rather than hold it up, but we'll test it out. I'm going to hold it up like this first, see if it works like this. Why is it not picking it up? There we go, okay. I don't know what I've done differently there. I had it out the window. But yeah, maybe it would be easier if I stick to the windscreen, but can't be bothered. But yeah, anyway, so it does work, that's good. The whole point is it makes it a little bit smoother. Hopefully the next time I go through I will be a little bit smoother with it then, rather than having to stop and faff around. Obviously I've got a passenger, but if you don't, it is a right pain, obviously driving through Europe and dealing with the tolls, being in a right-hand drive car. But yeah, there's plenty of companies that do it, but you just kind of get billed monthly for whatever you use. So it's quite good for anyone that's if you are looking for something like that, travelling through Europe. But yeah, anyway, sun's out, nice views, nice roads, and yeah, we're head to Le Mans. So you join us about 2 hours-ish into the journey. Quite a nice scenic route actually, this side, going through this side of France. I don't think I've actually gone this way before, to be honest. Normally when we come into Europe, we're heading towards like Germany, or when I went to Switzerland, you end up going through the other side of France or into Belgium mainly to get to Germany. But yeah, cars ticking along nicely. We had a quick little pit stop. Testing out this car actually has cylinder deactivation. I've never used it because I always turn how much better it actually makes the range than the MPG. If it actually does anything. Like I said, I don't normally use it because I don't like being car going on and off, but on this sort of journey, I'm curious. It essentially turns into a 3-cylinder, you know, engine. So I just don't know how or when it activates, but we'll test that out, try and get a bit more out of it. But yeah, we also, this is the thing with driving in Europe and these roads, the roads are just so much smoother, and yes, there's still road noise, but the road noise is a lot worse in this car in the UK, unfortunately, because of quality of roads. On the M20 in the UK, we tested it out, and it was coming out about between 80 and 82 decibels, call it 81, and we tested it out here, and it was coming out at 74, so 6-7 decibels. It may not sound like that much, but you actually quite notice it. So yeah, it makes for a lot nicer kind of driving experience on these roads. Obviously, I don't live in Europe, I don't get to drive this that often, but it's nice to know when you take it on a road trip, you know, this car's livable anyway, but it just makes it that much nicer. But yeah, we're cracking on now. Yeah, obviously next stop will be Le Mans, which I'll probably update you then, and have some lunch as well. So yeah. Right, so we're at Le Mans. Obviously it's closed, there isn't anything going on, but we were going through this area anyway. We're going to a chateau after this, so thought it'd be silly not to at least come here and check it out, park the car up. I am going to walk over there, see if we can get in, but basically the museum's actually closed. They're refurbishing it, and they're opening it on the 1st of August, which happens to be a couple weeks away. But we didn't know that, and we didn't really plan to actually come here. It wasn't like we have to go to the museum, but it's still cool to be here, bring the GT4 here. But if there's anything worth filming, we'll go and have a look. If not, we'll move on to the next stop. So we've arrived at our place that we're staying for the night. Chateau Monastère Courroy is probably not how you pronounce it, but that's what it's called, something like that. My wife found it on booking.com. I don't know how she found it, but it's definitely the authentic French chateau experience. But yeah, it's been a long day. We've done about just over 700 kilometers, about 430, 440 miles today, getting down here. But yeah, we're staying here for the night. I'll put the actual text on the screen so you can check it out if you are interested in staying here. The drive getting in was a bit sketchy, as you can see. Not quite made for a GT4, but we didn't scrape and we made it in all right. But yeah, so we'll see you on day 2. So, join us the next morning after spending the night in the chateau. It's absolutely amazing. Go and check it out yourself, do some research. I won't bore you with all the details, but it's almost 850 years old. The guy that runs it now, he said that it's been in his family since 1899. But yeah, it's a really cool place to stay. Like, the room was amazing, plenty of space. But yeah, we're loading up the car. So I thought I'd show you that a sports car that is as good as this can also be very practical. I mean, in terms of, obviously we're away for about 2 weeks, and that is a big old suitcase. And funny enough, it literally does fit in this space. I mean, it kind of has dirtied up the side a little bit, but it does actually just about fit in. You just got to get the wheels down. Look at that. Perfect. Who says the GT4 isn't practical? You've got all the space in the front. Obviously, I'll just show you the back quickly. Now we've got all this space in the rear. We've got some shoes, got some bags, some coats. Obviously you've got this space here and we've got a pillow, and they've got these little cubby holes down the side. But yeah, I did not think that suitcase was going to fit, and it has, and it's made it a lot easier for us. But yeah, so we're now heading down to Saint Martin de Ré, I believe it is, just a town off the coast of France. It's actually its own little island. So we're driving there now for some lunch. But yeah, get us started up. over to the little island on the west coast where we're going to have some lunch. I'm going to go over this bridge that looks quite busy, but I'm going to use this. We know how to use it now. I struggled yesterday, but it's actually, you need to show this side rather than that side with all the barcodes and stuff. So you hold that side up, come to a stop pretty much, and then it should beep, and that's it. Yeah, so now you know how to use one if you ever get one. This one's Bip and Go, but there's loads of other companies that do it. But as you can see, we've you kind of see the bridge off in the distance. But yeah, I think we got quite a lot of people trying to get into one lane, I think, by the looks of it. So yeah, a little bit of traffic, but we're ahead of schedule. Car's been good. I was testing out the yesterday. I mentioned about the cylinder deactivation. I felt like it made no difference. All I could hear was the drone from where some cylinders were cutting off and on, and it was just kind of annoying more than anything. If anyone has a GT4 knows really how it works. I was sitting at, you know, consistent speed, but yeah, I didn't feel like it was cutting off the cylinders and I was saving lots of fuel. So I've kind of left the stop-start off today, but yeah, let's get over this bridge and go and find some lunch. Right, so just a bit of an update. Obviously we left El Doré, we stopped there for lunch. I didn't really feel much there, we just kind of grabbed something to eat, but it was a nice little kind of port town, so that was good, had some nice seafood. But yeah, no, we come out of there and experienced a bit of traffic going around Bordeaux, which shows some of the slight negatives of this car. I mean, this car's great, but there's always some things, it's not perfect, but in stop-start traffic it just doesn't, I think it's partly, maybe because of the gearbox, but it does not like being slow speeds in first gear. So being in stop-start traffic is, you know, not where this car shines. It just likes to be moving, it likes to be up at speed. It doesn't like creeping along, but other than that, she's been alright. But yeah, we're now heading down to Biarritz, so that's where we're staying for about 3 nights now, about just over an hour away. Gonna get there, check into the hotel, have some food and that, and then tomorrow we're heading down to San Sebastian, just to go to some nice restaurants, check it out. It's obviously a really nice place, never been there before, but it's kind of on the list to go to. But yeah, just over an hour. We're moving along all right, other than the traffic. But yeah, so next stop, Biarritz. So we just arrived in Biarritz. The good thing is it's a nice private gated car park, our hotel. But yeah, that was a little bit intense getting that in, as you can see. A little bit of a tight squeeze. Wife definitely had to jump out before, and I just about got the door open. But yeah, it's nice to know she's safe. So we've just been to San Sebastian, had some very nice food, some pinchos and some cheesecake as well, which is what they're known for. But yeah, now we're heading along the coast here. Lovely views, going up to the top of the mountain up there. That building just has a nice viewpoint. But yeah, just enjoying the driving in Spain at the moment. Like I said, we are staying in Biarritz for a few nights, but we've come down to San Sebastian. We're going to drive some nice roads later, so stay tuned for that. I found some nice country roads to have a bit of fun in this. Now we're getting down to the south, the roads are getting obviously a little bit better. So we've been stuck on kind of auto routes for the last 2 days, just, you know, fast, straight roads. So it's going to be nice to get on some decent roads. But yeah, we carry on. So, you join us just after we've had some dinner. Bit of an early dinner, but it's not a food vlog, but we went to an some back roads, some yeah, I kind of found them on Google Maps. I was just trying to find some decent roads to explore. So yeah, they're quiet, they're twisty, and conveniently we have a tunnel. That wasn't planned. So yeah, let's see how she sounds. Yeah, we're going to enjoy the GT4 a little bit, and yeah, join me along for the ride. Wow, what a great drive back. We went to Sebastian and Toulouse, to the steak place that I mentioned before, which I'm still thinking about. But we took a nice country road back. I'll put like the road on a screenshot for you, just in case anyone's in that area, if you like the look of the kind of POV that we did. But yeah, it was just where this car comes alive, just on these country roads. It's good to finally get it off the auto route and driving like that. We've done about 200 kilometres today, so nothing compared to what we've done the last 2 days, about 700 kilometres, but the car's been great. It's going to have a little bit of a break because we're here for a couple of nights now, and tomorrow weather's not looking great, so I don't think we're going to do much driving. So that's why I'm going to wrap up part one. Join me for part two when we're actually heading into Spain and staying in Spain. But yeah, we're going to do a lot more driving in part two, head into Spain, staying in a really cool hotel, which if you're into your cars and you're a bit of a petrol head, assuming you're watching this, you are, you'll love this hotel we're staying at. And then we're going back up through the Pyrenees, through France, and we're actually finishing at the F1 Spa, Belgium. So yeah, part two is going to be really cool. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed part one. Make sure you subscribe, ready for part two. And if there's anything you liked about this video, comment below. Got any questions about the road trip? If you've been anywhere that you've seen in the video, put a comment below. But thank you very much for watching, and see you in part two.